just reminds me of this gospel passage of being at a diocesan meeting, where usually when I'm at these meetings, I go into convulsions, fall to the ground, roll around, and begin to foam at the mouth. I can't stand them. Anyways, I love, we only have 2 days left of ordinary time, so today and tomorrow, this is the last time you'll see me in green. Father Kuhn and I promise we'll be back. He's coming back tonight, flying in tonight, so unless his arms are tired, he'll have mass tomorrow, okay? But anyways, so we'll just look at the gospel passage. We won't look at Sirach or anything like this. And I love these gospel stories that are so rich in detail. Mark really gives us a nice visual picture of what's happening with all the signs and symptoms of this boy and what the boy is doing. And it's a passage where it begins with the disciples unable to expel a demon from this young boy. Okay, and I think that's the crux. That's the message that Mark wants to focus in on. What did they miss? And there's a little subtle detail that's more obvious in the Greek than it is in the English. Here it is. So after they enter into conversation with Jesus, Jesus says to the boy's father, "Bring him to me." Here's the little subtle detail that we kind of overlook. They brought the boy to him. So it wasn't the father, it was a they, a plural. Who was the they? The they is the disciples. Now, why is that interesting in all this? Because before Jesus comes down the mountain, okay, and by the way, the mountain, the set-in is they're leaving the transfiguration event. Okay, so this is immediately after the transfiguration, which I believe was Saturday's gospel passage. They're coming down the mountain. And just like in Jesus' baptism, where the Father comes and says, "This is my beloved Son with whom I am well pleased," what's the immediate next step is going to be this Sunday's gospel, the temptation. And so now in the transfiguration event, the Father says, "This is my beloved Son with whom," listen to him. And now, once again, Jesus is encountering Satan, this time through this procession with this boy. But the disciples, before Jesus comes down the mountain, are fighting and trying to expel the demon alone. That's where they went wrong, alone. And we know that this is what Mark's hitting at, because at the very last line of the gospel passage, how is the demon supposed to be expelled? Through prayer. So in this battle that they're having with Satan, they're not reaching out or relating to God for his help and divine assistance. They must be relating on their own power. We are Jesus' disciples. We can do this. But they didn't reach out to God in prayer. And so when Jesus comes, he now reestablishes the right order of things, of how they were supposed to go about it. In their battle of exorcising the demon, they're supposed to also include God in the picture. They, the disciples, bring the boy to Jesus. And then Jesus, the Son of God, now does his godly thing. Does the God divine power thing and expel the demon. You see, we battle sin and we often battle it alone. And we know we got to reach out to God. We know we got divine assistance, but when it comes to the nitty-gritty of things, we soon forget. And we tell ourselves this all the time, that I have to do this, I have to do this, and I have to do this. And we're going to approach the season of Lent, and we're going to say, I'm going to give up this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this many prayers. And it's all just us. It's all just what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. And there's no recourse to God in prayer in all of it. And we know we have to, we forget. We forget to do it. And so everything begins with the relationship with God, and it begins with prayer. And so let's have that mantra as we very soon on Wednesday enter the season of Lent. May God bless you.